This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, December 16th. I'm Tori here with Al, Erica, and Lindsay. Well, the holidays are right around the corner, but there's new reason for concern thanks to Omicron. Now, the CDC is out with some grim projections, and they're saying we could see a massive holiday spike with 1.3 million new cases a week by Christmas Day. Folks, that's up by 55%. They're also saying deaths could jump to more than 15,000 a week. I just want us to sit in that for a second. So what does this mean for your holiday plans? Is it still safe to go see relatives? Here's what Dr. Fauci had to say on GMA today. Take a look.
If you and your family are vaccinated and boosted, hopefully, you should feel comfortable about having a holiday situation where you have dinners and gatherings in your own home with family and friends.
Dumb. So, does this seem like a giant contradiction? Are you changing your plans? What do we feel like? They're saying it's really dangerous, and then they're saying, but go be with your family.
I think it's science kind of acquiescing to society at this point. I think they know that we're not ever going to go through or even attempt a massive lockdown again. That's not happening. So I think they're just trying to get people to be as safe as possible. Remind them that if you are vaccinated, you definitely still need to get a booster, but they're not. It doesn't seem like they're really locking down anything like they tried to a year and a half ago, because I think society spoke and they were like, we're not doing this. And however you feel about it, I think science is like, that's what it is.
I think a lot of people are just willing to say we got to figure out a way to live with this thing, because obviously people who are very set in their ways, whether that's they're getting vaccinated and boosted or they're not getting vaccinated at all, we don't have a very large movable middle. So at this point, it's like we either, I mean, just think about it this way. Like, we have family that are getting up in age that we haven't seen in years. Like, these are precious times, precious moments. My mother just said to me a couple weeks ago, we went home last weekend for my dad's 72nd birthday, and she's like, we were just together for Thanksgiving. Do you guys want to, like, pay all that money and come out? And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, would I rather go and buy a purse with the money? I want to spend time with my family, because I know for a fact, especially after this year, time is not guaranteed.
I mean, I was reading a lot of stories about people who've been triple vaccinated, got the booster and everything, and still caught COVID or have family members, even with the UK being at level 4, where it was a couple years ago. It feels like traveling, seeing family, it's all accessible and at the same time irresponsible.
Right.
And it's frustrating because what are you supposed to do? Like, I want to see my family, but also, and they're saying you can do it, but then also the whole house might catch COVID.
Right.
And like you said, it's just that time of year where, you know, you have to make a decision and just try your best to protect yourself. But no one has given us any real answers, because there might not be any right now. We're learning all together with scientists how to deal with this disease, but we can't stop living.
And I know Dr. Fauci's in a rock and a hard place trying to not contradict himself, but it does feel like we should panic a little, but we shouldn't panic. So it's like a little confusing. So we don't panic here. We just have facts, not fear. Just want to let that clear. All right, looking at some of these COVID headlines may leave you scratching your heads. Like I said, let us explain here. So first off, the NFL is reporting now more than 75 players have tested positive this week alone. That's a huge increase from earlier this season. Next up, Broadway has been hit hard. Popular shows like Harry Potter, Hamilton, the Tina Turner musical, Wicked, and even more have canceled upcoming performances. But on the other hand, the CEOs of both American Airlines and Southwest are pushing for the government to lift the mask mandate on airplanes, saying masks don't really add very much and the air quality on planes is safe. So again, I'm going to ask the same question. What's going on here? It just seems like another contradiction. Would you feel safe taking your mask off on an airplane? Can we all just say no? Okay. Now, I will say American Airlines is trying to backtrack and say
it's too late. That article's out, and it will be forwarded on every site that's an anti-mask site. He already said it. The cat's out of the bag. It's over.
Well, he agreed, and what they're saying...
People aren't going to read that deep.
Okay.
They're not.
Well, can I say what American Airlines is saying? They're saying that he agreed only to the quality of the air and not the no mask mandate. That's what American Airlines' newest update is.
I think the problem is right before COVID, airlines kept getting more tight and tighter and tighter. The seating was smaller. You barely can fit your legs in the seat, and we were on top of each other. Then they started blocking the middle seat after COVID, and then they decided, okay, well, this is too much. We're losing money for all those middle seats. And now they're like, okay, masks are making people not want to fly. We're losing even more money, and so it's just become back to profit over people, which was what it was before COVID. Only certain airlines like Delta, I don't know if they were on your list, but
No, Delta's been great
Delta
about it.
has been great about it, is what I'll say. If they were, I was going to be sad. But, like Southwest throughout this has been pretty consistent with we're getting rid of the middle seat blocking. One of the first ones, Frontier, we're getting rid of it. And it's just like if you pull your money away from these airlines, then they'll start to change policy that and make policy that benefits you.
I'm a lifelong Southwest person, and this makes me really think about leaving completely. They don't have a vaccine mandate either. Sorry to interrupt.
No, when you're talking about profits over people, who's on the front line of that?
Yeah.
You don't think that this week that the flight attendants are going to be the first ones to have to hear, well, your CEO of your company doesn't even believe it, so why are you making me, this is a disaster. I think that there is a long history, especially over the past year, and I understand that things are constantly evolving, of not thinking before speaking. That's who is going to bear the brunt of this statement.
Your workers.
I mean, that's, Erica, we saw that with our frontline workers. Remember whenever I was like, we're all about our frontline workers. We love you guys. A week later, people were screaming in their face because they couldn't, pick up their pizza without putting a mask on for 10 seconds. So, I mean, you're exactly right. The flight attendants are who are going to get it with the yelling at, and they're going to really be exposed to now a plane full of people without masks.
Who want to take it off.
And with a super highly contagious variant. So that's a nice combo.
It is a disaster. I agree with you. All right, so this is very unusual. The outgoing director of the National Institute of Health, NIH, as you guys might know it, decided to bid his colleagues farewell with a COVID-themed rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Check it out.
Somewhere past the pandemic, masks will come off. No more need for a nose swab every time we cough.
Lindsay, you were laughing.
I feel like it's like, when you start to go a little crazy. I do that when I don't sleep for hours with Kinsley. I start singing random things and think it's funny just
like
myself.
Punchy.
He was having that moment. I think he's that done with COVID.
Yeah.
And so you just got to laugh with him like, okay, yeah, we get it. You're getting to crazy town.
Yeah, and I feel like he was a long-standing guitar player that wanted to show that
I also
off.
feel like that was the only melody he could play.
Yeah.
And he had to shove the lyrics into that melody, and it didn't work. It's like,
I agree with that.
You're shoehorning, bro. You're shoehorning the lyrics.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Coming up on DBL, your skincare routine could be harming you. A plastic surgeon reveals the trends that can make you age even faster. But first, Ben Affleck is walking back the comments he made about Jennifer Garner. We'll tell you what he told Jimmy Kimmel last night, plus J-Lo's reaction to his remarks. Stay tuned. Closed captioning provided by
Mary had a little lamp. So I will, if there's a cello around me, I will show people I still know how to play the cello and play with the things that I remember. And so that
you should. I only do the beginning, so I go sing us a song, you're the piano man, and then I don't know the rest. I'm like, we're good.
That's what they say that a lot of performers in New York City that sound great when you get off the train. They just know that one riff, but it's constantly people coming every 30 seconds. So they just need to know a little bit, and you're like, this is undiscovered talent. But they just know that one little
I have
bit.
a rule in New York City. If I laugh or genuinely am entertained, I'm giving up some cash.
Oh,
I
get
have
it.
a rule. But if it's okay, you didn't even try, just walking around with the hat. But if you do something that makes me laugh, you're definitely getting $10. I don't care.
Yeah, when I lived in Queens, the break dancers that would be on the Q train would
They're
just
amazing.
be, oh my
When there's
goodness.
a kid involved hanging from the side, it's okay,
just
I'll give you $10.
incredible, core strength to be able to hold it while the train is moving. They're holding this, but their
It's
feet
like
are off
Cirque
the
du
ground.
Soleil almost.
It really is.
It is amazing.
You just know. It's all right, we need everybody's attention.
Yeah, and I'm like, yay! But then there's also
Some days if you're not in the mood, that's not funny. When they're like, everybody, we need your attention, it's I had the worst day at work.
Sometimes
you can't have my
someone got
attention.
jumped and they're like, please don't dance in front of me.
When I lived on the Upper West Side, Lindsay, you get this. I was there used to be a mariachi band that would get on the 1, 2, and 3, and I remember I used to get my hair cut in the East Village. I'm going back uptown. And I saw there was this older black woman. You could tell she'd been on her feet all day, just sleeping, head against the thing. And this mariachi band came and just lined up right next to her. And I just watched the whole thing. This band lit up, and she's just like,
That's crazy. You gotta know you can look around and see who doesn't want to be bothered.
Literally,
it's pretty clear.
Trumpets in her ear,
That
like
poor
a meeting.
woman. There is someone that could, when you got off, I was on the Upper West Side, the 9, they'd always say, are you depressed right when you get off? And I was like, obviously. Then they'd want you to go talk to them. But I was like, please stop doing this. We're all depressed. Move on.
And I got Scientologists come after.
Ben Affleck. What a guy.
Segment over.
I'm done. Thank you guys so much for coming. He's clarifying some of the comments he made on the Howard Stern show yesterday. We talked about this a lot, of course, and how he seemed to blame his ex-wife, Jennifer Garner, for his drinking problem. Well, he told Jimmy Kimmel last night it was all taken out of context. Watch.
And he said that I had blamed my ex-wife for my alcoholism and that I was trapped in this marriage. Like, just made me out to be like the worst, most insensitive, stupid, awful guy. Really, like, it's about my kids. I gotta just draw a line.
Right,
you know,
of course.
I'm really clear. Like, that's not true. I don't believe that. It's the exact opposite of who I am, what I believe, and I would never want my kids to think I would ever say a bad word about their mom.
Well done. Well done. I'm glad he went and cleaned that up. I like that.
You do?
I do.
Can I ask a question that now I'm going to look like the jerk?
No, please. We're on the talk
I feel
show.
really bad. I read it a little wrong, and maybe I'm cynical, but I felt like he was sort of blaming us for the way the public interpreted the interview, meaning another blame. It was like blame,
Or he
blame,
could just
more
be saying it appears as if my interview was misinterpreted. What'd y'all get from it?
I think if I say a full sentence and somebody cuts out that full sentence and it becomes a headline, I said the whole sentence. Nobody chopped together his words. He literally said that. Maybe he misspoke, but you did an interview and people took what you said and they made it a headline. So maybe they focused on that one part, but you literally said it.
Yeah,
it's the risk that
agree.
you take. You know, that's why people are so. I mean, there are people who are like, I'm gonna do an interview, but I'm only gonna do an interview with this particular person for this particular reason, because I understand that we are aligned in what the belief or what the messaging is coming out of that. Anytime you're speaking openly, I mean, we take a risk. I say all the time, like, we're walking on landmines. We take a risk every day we come in because we speak openly. And of course, people are going to take whatever we say and they're going to interpret it through their lens. But we're speaking through our lens. That's just the game that we play in 2021. Yeah. It's like, I was watching a show where it's like, if you want to be a public figure, then you get dragged for the 24 to 48 hour cycle, and then you get back up and you do it all again. That's the price of fame in 2021.
Interesting. Well, Jennifer Garner actually hasn't publicly commented on Ben's interview, but some tabloids are reporting that she was less than thrilled with it. Just keep in mind, these are just reports, but according to In Touch, Jen felt Ben's comments blaming his drinking on their marriage were disrespectful and a slap in the face. Meantime, there's another Jennifer in all of this. Remember Jennifer Lopez? Well, she and Ben were all smiles as they arrived at Jimmy Kimmel taping yesterday, but Page 6 is reporting J-Lo also wasn't too happy about his comments, calling it, quote, reckless.
I saw that they're trying to have all the kids get together with J-Lo and Ben, and I can't see the other Jennifer being like, cool. No, it's like, no, the kids are going to hang out with me because obviously you don't know how to just speak. Not make me look crazy. I don't know. That's like a big request for somebody who just bashed me all week.
Yeah, it just shows you that not only did the public misinterpret it, Pierce, she did too. So that means that most people took it for how it sounded. Now, I like the fact that he walked his comments back. He did not have to do that. We have experienced people in our life that would not do that. I don't think the interview went great with Stern, but I think he cleaned up on aisle 4 the best he could.
Oh, I disagree. I totally disagree.
You don't think, what would you
I think he looked like he was blaming us for the interview he gave willingly to Howard Stern for how we interpreted it from his words that he said. And I get that maybe he could have said, I said a lot more and we took it out of context, but don't come on the offensive when you've dug the hole. You're digging deeper, in my opinion.
All right.
All right. Also, do we believe the J-Lo thing, that Jennifer, if she's mad, you think Lopez is mad?
No.
Okay, interesting. We'll be right back. Good statement.
Watch out, there.
Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin recently claimed during a town hall meeting that gargling mouthwash, quote, has been proven to kill the coronavirus, unquote. Johnson later tweeted a link to the results of a clinical trial that concluded commercially available mouthwash can potentially reduce the viral load of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19 in saliva. And now people are questioning whether gargling mouthwash can prevent or treat COVID-19. So let's verify. Our sources are the American Dental Association, 3 major brands that produce oral care products like mouthwash, and Dr. Jason Kindrachuk. The study referenced in Senator Johnson's tweet looked at the impact of mouthwash on viral load in saliva, but it didn't say mouthwash is a cure or preventative treatment for COVID-19. According to the American Dental Association, quote, there is currently no evidence to support that mouthwash reduces infection with or is a treatment of disease caused by the COVID-19 virus, unquote. Verify reached out to the makers of Crest, Scope, and Listerine mouthwash, and all 3 companies confirmed that no evidence currently exists that rinsing with a mouthwash prevents or treats COVID-19. Dr. Jason Kindrachuk says claims that mouthwash can prevent or kill COVID have been around since 2020, but they aren't true.
So for regular mouthwashes and rinse aids, when we heard about these suggestions very early on in 2020, none of that has borne out into fruition.
So we can verify this claim as false. There's no evidence gargling mouthwash can prevent or treat COVID-19. Through the pandemic, Johnson has been accused of spreading misinformation about the virus. In June, YouTube suspended his account for a week after the senator shared a video encouraging people to use alternative COVID-19 treatments. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back. When something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Earlier, we sat down with America's holistic plastic surgeon, Dr. Anthony Yoon, and he spilled about popular trends that will actually age you. Check it out.
Dr. Yoon, welcome to DBL. So you are a holistic plastic surgeon. Most people wouldn't think the two go hand in hand. So what exactly does that mean?
What it means is that back in the past, 20 years ago, as plastic surgeons, all we really could do is cut. We would lift things up by doing facelifts and brow lifts and blepharoplasty, things like that. But now there is a whole plethora of things that we can do to turn back the clock. And it really does start with what you eat. The food that you eat can have profound impacts on your aging process and the health of your skin. There's so many other things that we can do non-invasively using technology. And so it's kind of looking at anti-aging from this holistic, whole body, kind of whole world of possibilities perspective.
I love that.
I do too, but I want to talk injections because there is so much confusion because we hear all of these different terms like Botox, fillers. Are they interchangeable? What's the difference?
Yeah, there's a huge difference between Botox and fillers. Botox is a neurotoxin. It causes muscles to not move, essentially. And there's some wrinkles called dynamic wrinkles that Botox is great for. And those are typically wrinkles in the upper face. The forehead lines, the frown lines, and the crow's feet. Those are treated by Botox. Filler, the best way to describe filler is it's kind of like liquid skin. You can inject it into parts of the face to basically plump up the lips, to fill out the cheeks, or fill out wrinkles. So in general, wrinkles from here on down is filler. Wrinkles from here on up, that's Botox.
Interesting. You know what I love about you too is because, of course, we do our research here, and I love that you are not only, a very well-respected plastic surgeon, but you keep it 100 with your patients and with people seeking help from you. You admit to them that there are popular procedures that you tell them don't do it. They actually will speed up the aging process. What are they, and why are people still getting them? Why aren't other doctors advising their patients like you do?
Well, unfortunately, it comes down to money. And there are some procedures, especially popular on social media, that young people are getting that aren't necessarily the best things for them. So the first one is called a buccal fat removal. And this is removal of a little gumball-sized chunk of fat from the inside the cheeks. This is something that's being done all across the country, and with a certain type of facial shape, a rounder shape, kind of a bottom-heavy shape, then that can work nicely to contour the face in. But if you do that procedure in the wrong patient, somebody with a thinner face, like let's say myself, it can actually cause me to age more rapidly as my face gets thinner as I get older.
Wow. And there is one other routine, or there's one other procedure as well, right? What, something with the lip, the upper lip?
Yeah, so another super popular procedure online is the upper lip lift. And that's essentially removing a chunk of skin from the top of the upper lip, the bottom of the nose. And this is something that's been advertised all over social media.
I've seen it.
Yeah, typically young women in their 20s. But the problem with that operation is it creates a permanent scar underneath the nose.
Yikes.
And in young people, we don't know how this is going to scar. That scar can be very visible. It can even develop into a keloid. So this is a buyer beware, definitely type of an operation.
Oof.
Wow, I know.
Lord.
Thank goodness for him.
Oof, child. Well, what do our faces need in the morning and night? Do we really need a 12-step routine?
You don't. And that's the problem is right now, it seems like if you've got a skin issue, you think, well, maybe if I just buy another product and apply that to my skin, it's going to make my skin better. And what can happen is you get people who are on 6, 7, 8 different products and they don't like their skin. They're having breakouts and things like that. So the simplest thing to do, especially if you've got issues like that, is pare down that skincare routine. In the morning, all you really have to do is cleanse your skin with an appropriate cleanser, apply an antioxidant serum like vitamin C, and then a good sunscreen, ideally SPF 30. At night, you cleanse your skin, super important to get rid of that day's worth of grime and dust and pollution and the makeup, and then use an anti-aging cream, one like retinol or growth factors or peptides. And honestly, if that's all you do, you're way ahead of most people.
I love that. That's so simple, too. Thank you so much, Dr. Yoon. DBL Nation, you can follow Dr. Yoon on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram for more holistic plastic surgery tips. We appreciate you. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
That sound means it is time to verify. Signed, sealed, and delivered with COVID-19. 'Tis the season to send Christmas cards, but with COVID concerns front of mind for yet a second Christmas, we need to revisit this question about your mail. Teresa Wilson asked, why has no one mentioned the fact people still lick their envelopes and want to hand them to a postal clerk? She said she's a postal clerk and asked, isn't this unsanitary? Let's verify. Our sources for this are the Centers for Disease Control, a National Institutes of Health study on COVID and surfaces, and Wake Forest Health infectious disease physician Dr. Chris Uhl. We got a similar question during Christmas time last year with holiday cards. We found a National Institutes of Health study that looked at how the virus spreads on different surfaces. It found the virus can live on paper products like cardboard for up to 24 hours, but has no infection capability on that surface. The CDC also concludes touching surfaces is not the main means of transmission. That said, Dr. Uhl understands viewer Teresa's concern about handling freshly sealed mail.
Now, licking in an envelope is directly putting saliva on the envelope. The virus isn't going to last long in that environment. After a few minutes to an hour or two, its transmissibility is basically nil. However, if you're going to lick an envelope and directly give it to somebody who then is ungloved and then for some reason wipes their face, I guess there's a potential for transmission in that section.
However, he said it's probably not a major concern or health threat. For postal workers like Teresa, wearing gloves and washing hands can reduce any threat of transmission. So we can verify, yes, it's true. Licking an envelope is unsanitary for the postal worker, but simple precautions can mitigate that risk. And overall, you are very unlikely to spread COVID through the mail. But to be courteous and health conscious, just seal your envelopes at home with a sponge or sticker instead of saliva. With your Verify, I'm Megan Malaris.
After nearly 2 years of suspended payments and interest, the Biden administration is telling people with student loans it's time to pay up. This week, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki confirmed to reporters that the student loan payment pause instituted by the CARES Act at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 is still scheduled to end on January 31st. That means, starting in February, an estimated 41 million Americans carrying student loan debt will need to account for a new expense in their budget. In total, Americans owe a staggering $1.6 trillion. Leaders in the president's own party are calling for him to extend the pause and eliminate some of that student debt. They argue resuming the payments now could lead to financial hardship, especially with the emergence of the Omicron variant. The White House says they're monitoring the impact of Omicron, but a smooth transition back into repayment is a high priority. As for eliminating some student debt, the White House has said they're open to the idea, but are still waiting on legislation from Congress.
If you still need to buy a gift for someone, you're good. Stop it, Al. We've got you covered. He always tries to mess with me. Check out these deals Steph showed me earlier from our friends at Morning Save. All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
So first up, we've got a 2-pack of iJoy Chase Face Plus Object Tracking Robot. This cell phone holder has intuitive face and object tracking, so wherever you move, your phone will follow. So these are normally $50, but right now they're only $19, saving you guys 62%. So we've got 2 almost famous, look at these, gorgeous, almost famous cryo cooling massage globes. Yes. And you just literally use these devices to soothe your skin. It reduces redness, tones down puffiness, it improves circulation, and promotes skincare absorption for plump, youthful looking skin. So normally these are $69, but we've got them for only $25. Okay. I know it saves our viewers 64%. So we've got the Power to Go 5-in-1 wireless, look at these, private listening TV headphones. So this deal comes with 1 set of headphones with 1 transmitter, which is this thing here, and it comes with a power adapter. So with this deal, you can have a private listening experience for music, TV, and more. Ooh. So these are usually $60, and right now it's $19. So that saves 68%. And then last but certainly not least, we've got Life Pro Mobility and Air Compression Leg Massager. Whoa. So this deal includes one of these gorgeous massagers with a charging adapter. The massager has 3 different vibration modes, 3 different heat levels, and 3 intensity levels for customized comfort. So normally it's as much as $225, but right now we've got it for only $99, which saves you 56%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so, so much, Steph. I'm telling you, I got those things that you can put in the freezer and then rub them on your eyes when you wake up. The best thing I've ever done, and they're unique. So if you have someone you've no idea, stocking stuffer, it's great.
Okay, well, we didn't have a name of that for that product.
No.
Just
DBL's
that
new
thing
every
you
day.
smash on your face. Get it for your mom.